Hello and welcome to today's yoga class. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you could subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me to be seen on YouTube and to get this video seen by other people. Today's class is a little bit different. We're going to do a yoga flow that doesn't involve the upper body. So I have managed to do something to my shoulder. I have a feeling it's my 6-year-old constantly yanking on my arms. So I have a bit of a shoulder injury. So today I wanted to do a whole yoga flow that doesn't involve using the upper body. So let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start today in a seated position. I would like you to place your hands wherever feels comfortable. Close down the eyes. If you can, roll the shoulders back and lengthen through the spine. Obviously, make sure that you're comfortable. And then let's take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, big inhale through the nose. And exhale. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. And just take a moment here, come back to your natural breath. And just take a quick body scan. See if you can get your body to relax a little bit more, especially wherever you might be feeling some tension. And then slowly blink open the eyes. And I want you to place your hands wherever feels comfortable. I'm going to put mine in like a prayer position in front of my chest, just nice and softly. And we're going to very gently move our upper body from right to left. Go nice and slow, right to left, however much you can. Just starting to work into the spine slightly and the core here without using too much of the upper back. And then find yourself back to center. Now remember, if any pose gives you any pain, please don't do it. Bring your right hand down on the ground if you can, and we're just going to slightly bend towards the right side. Okay, so notice here, I'm not bringing my arm up and over because that's going to be too much for me right now. But what we're trying to do is get as much of a gap between our left shoulder and our left hip as possible. So lean over, big breaths. And then come back up to center, and let's do that on the other side. Just really listen to your body, find out what you need. Just trying to get as much of a gap now between the right shoulder and the right hip. And then come back up to center. Okay, we're going to open the chest as much as we can. So again, place your hands wherever you need to. Arch the back slightly, open up the chest, maybe gently look up if that's okay on your body. Nice big breaths. And then come back to center. Okay. Now bring in your hands in front again if you can. You're going to slowly walk your hands down and fold over as much as you can. Listen to your body. Drop the head if that feels comfortable. Just relax here for a couple of breaths. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Okay, let's keep the left leg where it is. Right leg's gonna go out long. So your right sole of your foot is against, your left sole of the foot is against the right thigh. Turn your torso so you're facing the straight leg, and then fold over again as much as you can. Flex your right toes up towards the ceiling, but loosen that right kneecap. Couple of breaths here. Slowly walk your hands back up. Left leg's gonna open wide. So now you're in a wide-legged position. Flex your feet, loosen the kneecaps. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold forward again as much as you can. Maybe it's not very far today. And just gently here, have a wiggle side to side, nice and slow. Notice how maybe when your body moves to one side, you feel that more on the inside of your thigh. And then walk yourself back up. Left leg stays where it is. Right leg comes in, right foot against the left thigh. Turn to face that straight leg. Exhale, fold over again as much as possible. Loosen that left kneecap. Left toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Slowly walk your hands back up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together now, knees wide. You can grab hold of your ankles or your feet if that feels okay. You're gonna lengthen through the spine again and then exhale, fold forward. Maybe the elbows comes in front of the legs. It's gonna depend on how that feels with your upper body and your arms and your hands. And fold over here. Now the closer in your heels are, the more of a stretch that you're probably going to feel. So feel free to place the feet wherever feels best for you. And then slowly bring your upper body back up. Okay, from here, we are going to place the feet quite wide, knees bent, and it's up to you if you can use your arms to get yourself up, or if you want, you can roll backwards, roll forwards, and bring yourself up without using your arms. Completely up to you, depends what's possible. We're gonna come into a yogi squat. So our feet are quite wide, heels flat on the ground if you can. If you can't get this low, you can always come up a little bit higher, okay? You do not have to be this low. And then we're gonna hold it here. Now, normally I would have my hands at heart center, be using my elbows to open my knees. Today that's not possible, so my arms are just gonna come in front and I'm gonna actively bring my knees open. Okay, so I'm using my leg muscles here to try to open up my knees as much as possible. Take a couple of breaths, lengthen through the spine if you can. And then slowly lift the hips up, come into your forward fold, heel toe your feet to about hips distance, let your upper body dangle down. Now again, for me here today, it's a little bit much on my arms, but dangle as much as possible, slight bend of the knees. Let your head get heavy, maybe shake your head yes and no nice and gently, especially if there is that shoulder pain. Maybe gently swaying side to side. You can always grab opposite elbows if you can. Don't feel like you have to, I'm not. And then slowly bend the knees, roll yourself up nice and gently, all the way up to standing. Okay, let's step back about halfway with our left leg. Toes point out diagonally, so it's facing towards the top corner of your mat. Okay, so it's just a couple feet behind. You can have your hands on your hips. I'm not going to. You're going to look up, open the chest, and then fold forward again as much as you can over that straight leg. And again, just do what feels best for your arms. I'm going to let mine dangle. Loosen the kneecaps as much as possible. And take a couple breaths here. Should be feeling a nice stretch down the back of that straight leg, that front leg. Let that neck relax. And slowly bend into that right knee. Roll yourself up again to standing. Step your left foot forward, right foot back. Same thing other side. Make sure your hips are facing the front of your mat. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Again, do what feels comfortable with your arms. Couple breaths here. Slowly bend into that left knee. Roll yourself back up to standing. Step your feet together. Just slowly roll down into your forward fold. So again, slight bend of the knees. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees quite a bit. Start to lift the chest. Keep your hands dangling if that feels okay. And then we're going to bend the knees as much as we can so we can plant our bum back on the ground, come into boat pose. So now your legs come up parallel to the ground. Maybe your arms stay in line with your lower legs. Maybe they just relax down. Again, whatever feels good for your body today. And then place your feet flat on the ground. I'm going to come to a cross-legged position, or whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe your legs are out long. Hands on the knees. And let's just take a few circles here with the head. So what I want you to do is keep your spine in an upright position. Do not move your shoulders. Don't move your spine. You're going to bring your head as far forward as you can. Then over to the right, then to the back, then to the left, to the front. And just keep doing this for a second, going around and around, trying to keep your shoulders as still as possible. Might feel really awkward. Trying to keep your head upright and back the other way. Again, if you have a shoulder injury or neck injury, your head might not move very much. Come back to center. Now very gently tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Slow inhales and exhales. Bring your head back up to center. Gently left ear to left shoulder. Back up to center. Now from here, one last thing before we finish. You're going to bring your arms up in front of you if you can. Don't worry if you can't, they can stay down. We're going to round the back. So really draw your belly button in towards your spine. Separate your shoulder blades as much as possible. Now I would like you to tilt your left ear to your left shoulder and then gently try to turn your head and look up. Turn it back down, bring your head back up to center. Tilt your ear to the right. See if you can look up. Bring it back down, back up to center. Sit back up, roll the shoulders if that feels okay. Close down the eyes, hands on the knees. Let's just take a moment here. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. And that's us done for today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you do have achy arms or shoulders, please rest after this class. Little movement is great to help the body, but don't overdo it because you could make an injury worse. And always, please consult your doctor if you do have any concerns. And thank you so much for joining me.